Hey guys, Corey Wright here with Massif Games and the Mountaineers board game project. I know some of you had some questions regarding getting the mountain to stay in place and then also some of the upgrade and component trays. So I wanted to make a quick video and show you some tips and hints. There have been one or two copies where the die cuts actually haven't been very good, and so if that's the case, send me a photo and we'll take a look and replace as needed. But first of all, I want to do some hints. So regarding the upgrade boards, when you first get them, sometimes the joints are a little bit stiff. So I know a couple of people were mentioning how they like pop out. So make sure when you get them, like these middle joints, you can actually flex them a little bit. So like work them just so they're not quite as tight, and do it for both sides like that. And that will just help loosen up that middle piece that needs to be fairly loose so that the other parts stick in pretty good like this. And then you shouldn't have any issues when you actually put your cards on it and all that. So if you pick it up just from this side, maybe one of them will pop out. And I'm noticing like there is a little bit of inconsistency with like the holes on either side. Like this hole is like just a little bit looser than that one. But in general, for gameplay, it shouldn't be any problem because I don't anticipate you needing to be picking up your component tray all the time. So put your character card in, have your themes, and in theory should work. At least mine do. So that's a little tip for those. And then I know a lot of you have asked about these ones. The same thing goes. You can flex sort of this joint here on these card and component trays. And then, and that helps put them together easily. My 8-month-old son is watching me with a cucumber in his mouth, so that's the noise you hear there. And then these things, some of you have asked, like, is this right? And actually it is right. So these things, which I always take them out and like put them inside the tray when I pack the game up, and then I put the pitons and carabiners in here. But these things actually are supposed to bend a little bit. And the reason for that is this is an iteration of a previous version we had, and we discovered that's a nice way to actually make them stay super tight, and they sort of pinch the bottom part there, which helps keep everything in place. So they are supposed to bend. I know it looks a little bit weird, but that's actually an intentional design thing. So hopefully that helps you guys figure that out. And then these should actually be pretty sturdy. And then, so let's get on to the bigger question that a lot of people have been having. So the mountain being unstable. So the four-sided version especially, I can understand how that is. So one of the things about this game is you cannot turn it from the top. It's not designed to turn that way. Gravity is what's holding down the game and setting it inside these pieces. And so when I set up the four-sided mountain, and I just already had it done here because it is difficult. I'm not going to deny it's easy to do, but it is possible. And then I don't know if you can come in a little closer on the camera here. So one of the things I like to do is make sure that each side is sort of like up backing against that side and then inside this one. If you can sort of see how that is. And then the rule that I always tell people when they're learning the game for the first time and stuff is always just turn the game from the bottom of the base. Either turn it from the bottom or even use this part to turn it if you need to. Because if you try to turn it from the top, I will show in just a sec what happens, and I'm guessing you guys have seen that too. But if you get everything set up and you have it to where every edge is sort of overlapping, so if you look at the top here, you can sort of see what I'm talking about, then it should be relatively sturdy to where you can put your pieces in and you don't have to worry about it. Again, maybe it'll pop out a smidge if you're really bumping on it, but if you turn it from here, hopefully you don't have too many problems. Again, it was more designed for the 3-player version, and so this is what happens when you try to turn it. Everything pops out like that, right? And so same thing for the 3-player version. So what I like to do when I set it up is after I get the tray on, I like to go one side, and feel free to make sure you stick them in good and hard. Get that in. I like to get 2 up like this and sort of balance them, and then take the third one and get it in there so they're all balanced, and then hold it firmly down with my hand and bring the rubber band into each of the grooves like that. And then this one is definitely more sturdy, at least in my opinion, than the 4-sided one. So again, you can turn it here or like turn it here, and you shouldn't have a lot of issues. Takes a, I mean, it's a 3D game, so you do have to be a little delicate. You can't just like shove stuff super hard, but I haven't had too many issues when I just follow the rules of turning it from here.